Hi everyone, this is Noor. Welcome to my channel. It's a privilege and an honor to be of service to you through this message. Um, this is the first proper tarot reading for the year 2026. Today is 1st of January, and I am using the blended decks of the Wild Unknown Tarot and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. And starting off, I think when we look at the overall cards from the tarot, we have three cards from the major arcana. There's the Hermit, there's the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hierophant. So there is a lot of powerful energy that we are beginning this calendar year with. And this message is for someone who carries a lot of light within them, as is depicted by the moth. And the moth would symbolize, the phrase of moth to a flame. So you are someone whose light attracts a lot of people, and these people may or may not be aware of what it is that attracts them to you. Maybe it's the way you carry yourself, maybe it's the way you present yourself, or maybe it's just the energy that you carry in your heart when you meet people, when you interact with them, or perhaps just the general vibe you bring to a room or to a gathering. And I feel that this is the awareness that you are starting the new year with. You have now understood, perhaps, beginning the last couple of years, you have understood that this is the energy that you exude. That you are an empath, that you are someone who attracts a lot of attention. It could be all kinds of attention. You could be attracting people of all sorts. You could even be attracting situations of all sorts, and perhaps till now you just kept an extremely open heart or an extremely open energetic vessel, and that allowed all those energies to infiltrate into your energy field. But your experiences, good or bad, whatever you want to call them, they have made you understand the meaning of what it is to be you. They have made you realize where you need boundaries, where you need to say no, where you need to put your foot down, where you need to assert yourself with a lot of confidence, where you need a gentle assertion, or where you need a really forceful assertion. So, the whens and hows of it all is something that you have been able to figure out, which means that your energy is no longer leaking as much as it used to. I think, as far as energy leaking is concerned, or the interacting of our energy with the other energies is concerned, that's a lifelong process. And even the learning of it, of how to protect our energy, is a lifelong process. But the whale here is telling us that because now you are keeping more and more of your energy within yourself, there is something very, very deep that has stirred within you. There is something that carries a lot of weight. There is some very ancient force that has woken up within you, and you are now learning to contain it within yourself. You are learning how to interact with it. You are learning how that force translates into your day-to-day life, the kind of meaning it brings into your life. This is all that you are learning, and this is something that is very, very familiar also. And I am getting the sense that perhaps this is something that you have inherited from your ancestors. And these ancestors do not have to be limited to your bloodline. Ancestors can always be beyond your biology. When we connect with spirit guides, when we connect with masters from other religions or other dimensions or other timelines, these are individuals, these are the beings that carry the same essence. In fact, we are carrying forward the same essence that they represent. And when we talk about ancestors, they do not have to be limited to a certain being form. They do not have to be limited to a certain species also. You could be, your ancestry, your lineage could range from spirit animals to, trees and true entities from galactic civilizations as well. So this is a really powerful awakening that you are carrying forward in this new calendar year. And the scorpion tells us that now you are learning to be your own light while you continue to learn from the situations outside. While there are resources that keep coming into your path, there is still this knowledge that your best guidance will always come from within yourself. And with the scorpion energy, I think there is also this sense of being very masterful in how you navigate the world, in the sense that you are also learning when and how not to stand out in a crowded situation. You are learning how to not only protect your energy, but also camouflage your energy when it is required. And this is something that perhaps was very important as well. And you are learning that sometimes it is very important to use the resources at hand to protect yourself, and that this is something that you can do without any guilt. And with the cheetah spirit, this carries a lot of force, this carries a lot of agility, this carries a lot of power of the root chakra and the sacral chakra and the solar plexus as well. And this is related to how you ground the energy that I have previously spoken of. And as you begin to ground this energy, the cheetah spirit tells us that there are things that are manifesting now. The things might not have become visible to you as things, at least now, but you can sense that there is something that is being pulled towards your energy field. There is something, there is a timeline that feels much more closer. And this could be the timeline where you see the manifestation of everything that you've dreamt of. And life so far could have been focused on your spiritual gifts. It could have been focused on your spiritual growth of really digging up your gifts and talents and skills that you've had. But you can now feel the shift as you step into 2026. There is this very clear demarcation. You are sensing that you are crossing a threshold. And while the spiritual and the metaphysical world is still as important, and that remains at the core of your life on earth, you are also understanding that you have put in enough hard work, you have put in enough attention and energy for certain things to now just flow in the spiritual realm. These spiritual processes have become very natural for you. They do not take as long as they used to earlier. For instance, if you have to, let's say, detach from the energy of an interaction that triggered you or probably felt overwhelming, Perhaps you have now reached that level of mastery where it does not overwhelm you in the sense of, that it completely decapacitates you from doing everything or anything in the physical world. It does not drain your body as much. You probably just have to say a few words. You have to just call your energy back. You just have to affirm that you are calling your energy back and you're cleansing your energy, and it happens. And this is the level of mastery that was needed, because it is our spiritual wealth that protects us in the material world. So the manifestations have become stronger, and with the spider spirit animal, I feel this very, very beautiful image. I can sense that, that thing that, for example, I want to first of all talk about the web that is visible here. To me it looks like the astrology chart where you have different houses. I don't know if these are 12 or more than 12 in this particular card, but the spider is at the center of it all. So this is where I feel you are in your life with astrology, the astrological houses becoming the symbol of the different areas of our physical life. You have your personality, your body, and your resources, and then moving on to your family, and your work, your routines, your purpose, your health, and your vision, etc. So this is what it feels like, that you are at the center of it all. You are not jumping from one area to another. You have centered yourself, you have grounded yourself, you have um, stilled yourself so much, if that's a word, that all you need to do is focus on your inner alignment, and that alignment now spreads into every single area of your life. You do not have to jump from one area to another, trying to achieve the balance, trying to achieve the kind of stability and security that is needed. So there is this sense of uniformity and sense of fulfillment across all areas of life. I mean, um, talking in terms of the physicality or the material aspect of things, the manifestations may not have been as equal as you want them to be, but as I said before, your inner alignment was a priority. And the rest, as far as the rest is concerned, as far as the manifestations are concerned, they are not your job, they are the universe's job. This is the universe interacting with you. This is now you, fully understanding and accepting and being a co-creator with the universe. The universe asks you only of alignment. The universe only asks you to stay aligned with your intuition, with your higher self, because there are always messages that are coming in. And this is what it also means to work smart and not hard. The hard work has to be within, and this is how the right resources will come into your life. This is how the right opportunities will come, the right people will come. And um, this is something that I think you'll return to, or remind yourself to return to time and again in your life here on after, that you have to remain at the center of this supposed web or the chart of your life. And you've done your part. You've spread the web, and now it's the universe's turn to add color to this creation of your life that you've so beautifully worked on. And we move on now to the dragon spirit animal, and this is the only card that we have from the spirit element of the elements of the spirit animal deck. And this is again, just to show that a lot of work has already been done. And if you look at this card, there is a lot of stillness, there is a lot of stability within this dragon. And the dragon spirit animal talks about protection. It talks about something very, very ancient, something very, very old, perhaps as old as time itself. And I feel like this is bringing forth a lot of protection into your life, in the sense that, having done the inner work that you've done, you can feel assured that whatever manifestations will happen in your life now, they carry a very, very strong, a very stable, and very grounded energy to them. That the foundations of everything that happens in your life now, everything that gets created in your life is very strong. And the dragon is here to remind you that the foundation is within yourself. The foundation is the spider that sits at the center of the web and the network of your life, the different areas of your life. This is the protection that the dragon offers. And as a result of this, obviously there are a lot of treasures that will awaken within you. There are a lot of treasures that you will create for the world outside also. That is obviously your option. Whichever way you want to share your gifts with the world, sometimes your presence alone is enough. And if you are called to create something in the world, that is absolutely your discretion. And the Hermit card tells you that you are an elder in this new world. All the energies that we've spoken about so far, these are the energies that you carry within yourself. You are the whale, you are the cheetah, you are the dragon, and yes, they do accompany you as your spirit guides and as your spirit animals as well. And the ancientness of this whole thing is marked by the fact that all manifestations that have to have a longer life must be slow. Nothing can happen haphazardly, nothing can happen with a lot of impulsiveness, nothing can happen with impatience. And if you want something to last long, if you want to leave a legacy, rather, if you want to be a partner in the legacy that your ancestors have created, if that is something that you want to build upon, then you have to invite stillness, then you have to have a lot of patience. And not just patience, but also perhaps rise above the concept of time itself. Because when we talk about alignment, true alignment is when you rise above the concept of time and space, and you connect with that part of yourself which is timeless, which is infinite, which is multidimensional, which is everywhere and yet nowhere. So that is actually, I think, what we are talking about here. Moving on to the Wheel of Fortune, this is giving me a very, very beautiful energy today. And I'm getting this vibe of, where everything feels very, very relaxed, everything feels very joyous. And I think with the Wheel of Fortune card, you are perhaps creating the kind of environment that supports that alignment within you. There is this sense of, you know, decorating your world. And perhaps this is something that you've not had the luxury of in your life so far. So imagine that your environment, the room that you live in, or the house that you live in, or the community that you live in, supports your dreams, supports your talents, supports your gifts. This is the feeling that I get from this card. And it is also somehow bringing into my mind the image of a dream catcher, which, according to folklore, it filters all the negative energy from our dream space, and which again is a message of protection. And the dream space is also a very, very vulnerable and raw time period where our physicality becomes very, very rigid. Our physicality is not as active, and the dream space is also symbolic of a lot of messages, a lot of visions, a lot of communication from the spirit world as well. So I think one suggestion I would perhaps give here is that maybe before going to sleep at night, try to do some protection rituals, or maybe a prayer, or have something near your pillow that can remind you of your groundedness, of your alignment. Moving on to the Hierophant, the one symbol that really stands out to me is the key that the crow is perched upon. And I think that it's almost as if you now hold the key to the manifestation of all your dreams into the physical reality. And things are going to become very, very easier for you. Things are going to become simpler for you. And crows also, I think, are representative of ancestors in a lot of cultures. So this is regarded as a gift and a responsibility as well, because I think it's important to remind ourselves that no matter how spiritually elevated or aligned we may feel, as long as we are human, there is always the option of, maybe not being able to always use discernment, not being always able to have a clear picture of which direction we should go in. So it's important that we do not misuse this gift of manifestation, that we use it very, very responsibly, and again, be very aligned before calling in anything into the physical reality. Finally, we have the snake card, which I'm forgetting the symbol of this snake that eats its tail. I'm not able to recall the name of it, but it's basically cycles that are ending and cycles that we are beginning. And it's interesting that we are at the end of the snake year, and we are now moving on into the horse year, as far as Chinese astrology is concerned. And but what again stands out to me is the symbol of the flower of life in the middle. So I think that there is a possibility of a lot of beauty that we can create henceforth. And I hope that this energy is it's transported not to the people who are hearing the message, but all across the world, because God knows that we need that energy in the world right now. We need a lot of peace. We need peace to be protected. We need beauty to be protected. And so yeah, this is basically the closing message of the reading, that anyone and everyone who's carrying this energy of light, of hope, of love within their hearts, they are able to spread it across into the world, and the whole world can feel it and really rise as one. Thank you.